Rich.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Othello. Oh, there's no Jelly. I was waiting on her to say anything, but she still hasn't seen Endgame. So, welcome to Fandom United. First thing that we want to do is talk about... let's just get this out of the way. Let's just talk about Game of Thrones, the episode 4 of season 8.
So we're just gonna leave Rich out of this one because have you seen any of Game of Thrones?
No, I know enough of what it is to know that I would enjoy it, but I'm here at my store 85 hours a week.
It's definitely
if I can't play it in my store while I'm open, I don't get to watch it.
You definitely cannot play that, and this is a family-friendly environment. We can't play that in store. But to provide context for you, they last Jedi'd Game of Thrones. That's how I felt about it after I watched that episode.
I've heard that very scenario several times. Comparison.
Well, now, why do you think that?
It was just, oh my gosh, there was so many missed opportunities, so many big story moments that they just kind of glossed over, right? Like the biggest thing to me. Now let's everybody's mad about Jon not saying bye to Ghost, like when he sends Ghost to the north. Let's not even talk about that and how.
Really?
Well,
the only one that really stuck out to me was Jon. Like they didn't show the reveal of him telling.
That's
his
exactly
family.
it. He tells the women who think they're his sisters but are actually his cousins that this guy that you grew up with, who you thought was your bastard brother, isn't your brother. He's your cousin. Not only is he your cousin, he is the rightful heir to the throne of the Seven Kingdoms and everything that we've been fighting over this entire time the show is around. And they don't show two of the most important people alive to him their reactions. What? What? How do you miss that? And then when Sansa tells Tyrion, they still don't show his reaction.
That's a good point.
Think about how, because he's Team Daenerys, he's 100% Daenerys, she's my queen, blah, blah, blah. And then he finds out, oh crap, there's somebody better. Jon Snow actually has a better claim to the, well, not Jon Snow, Aegon Targaryen has a better claim to the throne. You mean to tell what you didn't think Peter Dinklage could act that? Now I don't know whose fault it is. Is it the director? Is it the showrunners? Is it Benioff and Weiss? Whose fault is that?
Is it
that's
the same
terrible.
director that made the Dark episode?
No, that's their battle director. That's a different guy.
Okay.
This guy,
because that guy's not going to have a job.
This guy whose last name is Nutter, and people in the UK tell you Nutter means crazy. The whole Jon Snow thing, right? So. Pardon the show, Jon sends Ghost, not the last surviving direwolf, because Arya's is still out there somewhere, but sends his direwolf north with the wildlings. Tormund, Giantsbane is going to take all the wildlings, now that the threat is gone, take them back home to the true north. Jon asks him to take Ghost with him. He says, the south is no place for a direwolf. Take Ghost with you, let him run free in the north. Then he just looks over at Ghost, who's standing off to the side by himself, nothing else in the shot. It was a very bad CG shot. Not even like a horse cart, nothing in the background. It's just like, it was just the worst. And he just looks at the wolf. The wolf looks at him, and then he walks away. This has been your constant companion since episode freaking 1 of the show. You mean to tell me you can't go hug your dog? I'm not even a dog guy. I'm not a pet person. I don't believe in fur babies. That's not a real thing. No, this black stony thing in here that some people say is a heart, but is really cold. Even I knew that was wrong. You go hug your dog, bye. It's your wolf. This thing has protected him. It's kept him warm. It's gone all over the world with him. And as he sends it away, he's going to what he feels is his final battle. Sends it away to live a life that he probably never see it again. He doesn't even get the dog a hug. Like, really? Nutter says, oh, well, it's a CG thing. The direwolves are all CG, and we really couldn't manage to do the CG well enough to give him a hug.
Could have at least petted him.
He rode a dragon last week?
Yeah.
What? He's ridden a dragon. He's pet a dragon.
Well, I'm sure.
Okay, was there anything they could have used as stock footage from old episodes of him?
Yes, they've done it before.
Walking by the dog or something?
No, they've done it before where he's touched the dog. It's not like the technology doesn't exist. They could have put a dude in a green morph suit and threw a white cape on him.
I agree.
And had him hug this strange man and then just CG the dog in afterward. They could have done that. Anything except it didn't even give him a head nod.
He gave him a sup, bro.
Yeah. He didn't give him that. He didn't, deuces, nothing. He's just like, dog. And then got on his horse and left. Was so upset about it. Like I said, I'm not a PETA person. I'm not, because I love meat. Meat is delicious. Meat is tasty, tasty murder. And I'm not that guy. But even I knew that was wrong. And then missing out on those reactions. Oh, here's the other thing. Okay. Daenerys is flying with her 2 dragons.
Mm-hmm.
She gets ambushed by ships, hiding behind a freaking rock. She has the high ground. We watched Star Wars. She had the high ground. She would have seen them. The rock wasn't that big, and it was like a whole fleet of ships.
Right.
How did she miss that? How?
She looked like she was just enjoying herself.
Maybe the oxygen deprivation from flying that high.
She just had like this "I'm having fun" look on her face before she got
singing
shot.
"Let It Go" as she was flying. I mean,
how did
The Hills Are
How
Alive
did the
movie.
Greyjoys get 2 amazing shots with those giant crossbows, scorpions? 2, one in the dragon's body, center mass, and one right through the neck of a moving freaking dragon. But then every shot they shot at her missed. Every single one.
And it was 2 shots for the first dragon. They unloaded the full barrage when she went after her.
She flew right at them, and they unloaded the entire barrage of their entire fleet. And
Why did she back off? What was her? I didn't
save
understand.
something for next week? I don't know.
I didn't understand what caused her to decide to... Because she was like right there. She could have had the kill shot. And then she's like, all right, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Oh, and then they capture Missandei. So they capture Daenerys' best friend. Right? Number 1, how did Cersei know who she was? How did they know to capture her? How did they capture her? How did they capture her by herself? They never showed that. She was just missing when they all washed up on the beach. And then you see later that Cersei has her. What? That was just bad, lazy. It was just bad. It was really, episode just really pissed me off. Obviously, as you can see.
The last 2, I don't know what it is, but the storytelling has been lazy quite a bit this season. They're not really trying... Like, it used to... I guess once they got off of Martin's, like, books... Because if you look back at the first couple seasons, it was very layered. There was a lot going on. There was a lot to follow. Once they got past that, now
we're winging it, baby.
We're just winging it till we get to the end.
Well, they have the outline, right? They know how it's supposed to end up. But then it's all on them to kind of write some of that stuff.
They just can't layer political drama like Martin could.
No, and I mean, you have other things that go on, too. Like, Arya leaves Winterfell, and she's like, oh, I'll probably leave for the last time. You never see her say bye to anybody. She's just gone. She just leaves with the Hound. Like, really?
I really felt like it was the episode of all of the characters getting ghosted by their significant others.
Jon ghosted his direwolf ghost. Jaime and Brienne, finally, people have been waiting for them to finally admit their feelings for each other and they hook up. She gives him the gift of her giantess virginity. And then, a couple days later, he just
ghosts her.
I just can't quit my sister. You nasty bastard. What? What?
I think he just... I really felt like he was like the jock in high school. He's like, ooh, virginity. I'm going to take it. All right, I'm done. I'm out of here.
And I'm out.
Deuces. That's what it felt like to me.
I'm going to take my fake hand and I'm going to roll out. Now, maybe that's a feint, and maybe he'll be the guy that kills Cersei. That's my prediction. I think Jaime will once again kill a monarch, and he is going to be the one that kills his sister and ends her reign of terror over all of Westeros. God. I'm really hoping, it's well, I hope it's Tyrion, but I think it'll be Jaime.
Right now, I'm not liking him. Like
No, but I think we're getting set up. I think that's a feint.
Okay.
Because if it's not, they just wiped out all of the character development they did on that character for 8 seasons
to make him a good guy.
They made him a good guy, made you care about him, and then in one fell swoop made us all hate him again.
Yeah.
Surely that's a feint. That can't be real. So I think he'll go back to the camp. He'll infiltrate. He'll act like he's back on her side. But end of the day, the prophecy is that her younger brother would kill her. She's always thought it's Tyrion. I think it's Jaime. Because she was born first.
That would also make sense, too, because he was the Kingslayer for the other king as well.
Yep.
So
that's my prediction. Full circle kind of thing. But that's his redemption. Is finally like, you know what? I'm part of the reason she's so crazy. I need to fix this. And that's the reason. Okay. They're standing there. Tyrion is talking to Cersei. And he's beseeching her for peace. And he's saying, think of your child. Now, he's been up in Winterfell. And then they put him on a boat. And he's traveling down toward King's Landing. Before that, she told Euron Greyjoy that the baby was his. Right? How dumb is this character? Is he standing there, and Tyrion, who hasn't been here, he hasn't been reading the news, they don't have the interwebs, apparently, says, hey, she's pregnant. How does he know? You just told me yesterday.
Didn't he give her a look when...
No, because he's stupid.
There was a point where it showed him over her shoulder and he gave her a look. I don't remember if that was the point.
That was gas. It was probably gas from whatever coffee it was that Emily Clark left on the table, or her tea that she left on the table in the last scene that they did in the dinner scene.
And they could have CGI'd that out.
They actually did. They went back and I heard, I didn't go check, but they did fix that and they replaced it with like a
they could have added, a flagon in or whatever.
So they did go back and
edit that. So they did it after it aired, though.
Yeah.
You had plenty of time to catch that before it aired. Plenty. $15 million, that is not the kind of stuff that you mess up on when you're spending $15 million.
Not so much. And you let a guy hug his dog. Just saying.
I mean, I bet there's 100, if not 150 eyes that go over an episode before it comes out for everybody else to see.
Right.
The people doing the CGI, the people who do the editing, the people who do the color correcting. None of them saw the Starbucks cup?
None of them. Not a one.
Wow.
But Twitter saw it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Trolls will find that stuff in a heartbeat.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry. And it happened so fast. I actually had to go back and look at the scene again. So I sat down, and sure enough,
I didn't notice it till I saw it on
there it is, plain as day.
Media, and then I did go back.
It's not hard to miss. It's a bright white cup. Lid on it, everything with the sleeve, and it's just like, wow. Well, okay, that explains how they travel everywhere so fast. Apparently, there's jet engines on those boats because those boats move. They put them on a boat, and it's just instantaneous. Like they are there. Like how is she not showing? Right. The question my wife asked was: here's Cersei on her 4th child now. And she's pregnant, and she's barely showing.
I don't think she's pregnant. I think she just.
Oh, she is. She is, and she's using Euron Greyjoy to give legitimacy to the child, just like she did Robert Baratheon. Because none of those kids were his; they were all Jaime's.
Right.
She's doing the same thing again. This is her same MO. She's just using Euron Greyjoy now. But still, how did Tyrion know Euron? Huh? Come on, guys. And to pull Rich into this. All these story problems I'm talking about and how crazy this is. So
Don't say it.
Oh yeah.
No.
After they're done with Game of Thrones, guess who's doing your new Star Wars trilogy?
Okay, Star Wars. Please.
Yeah.
Stop just like, hey, you're a director? You know what? I'm going to give you a trilogy. Just because.
Yep. They're doing your new trilogy.
I knew you were going with that. I don't like you.
Yeah. Hey.
I mean, you're probably my best friend, but, I hate you.
I'm not feeling it either right now, to be honest. Because I didn't want to be the one to tell you that. I'm really upset about it myself. Anyway, enough about Game of Thrones. Weiss and Benoff, fix this mess. Real quick, I want to mention...
It's derailing at the end.
Yeah, that's why I said
the part
Last
that everyone's
Jedi.
been waiting for, and it's...
We'll see what this Sunday holds. Real quick, because we don't have a lot of time left, but I do want to touch on the fact that the Watchmen trailer did come out, and we all watched it. I need to watch it a few more times before we unpack that. So
I
maybe
couldn't really tell what was going on. I noticed
it is a teaser.
A lot of Rorschachs. That's really all I got from that, and TikTok.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of, I don't know, like digest it. That one's a heavy. I mean, it is a teaser, and there's not a lot there, but I need to.
Okay. Let me just give my takeaway from it real quick, though, because I mean, I never thought that something would make me miss Zack Snyder, but
wow.
I like the feel of that Watchmen movie because that felt like the comic books to me.
I did as well.
I
liked the Watchmen.
I mean, when Watchmen originally came out, I remember watching this and saying, okay, it's a really slow, boring movie, but it feels just like that slow, boring comic book, which I was interested in the comic. I liked it. It was compelling, but it was not a riveting comic. Like, he got the pacing right for that movie. Yeah. Unfortunately, all of his movies feel like that, and it didn't work for Man of Steel or,
Yeah.
Anyway. That felt like it was missing to me. I didn't like that it didn't have that gritty, dark feel in that trailer. It reminded me of when they did the Crow TV show. Stairway to Heaven. Was that what it was called? And it was like, you went from
pain like right here.
The original Crow movie where everything's like shot at night and it's dark and I mean it's just grimy. Everything looks dark, which was a great feel for that because that felt like that comic. But then you got Stairway to Heaven where it's like people out blue sky and it's like, whoa, no, there are no blue skies in
the Watchmen universe. There's no happy. There's no sun.
Yeah.
I want to watch it a couple more times and dig into it a little bit more before I formulate an opinion. It is just a teaser trailer. Go out and watch it. Well, not my kids. You guys can't watch it because it's not a show that you're going to be able to watch anyway. So, but will it be enough to keep the Game of Thrones fans from canceling their HBO subscriptions?
No.
There you go, right there.
I really don't think so.
Nothing is going to stop that exodus.
There's going to be,
Yeah.
There's going to be a mass exodus. I think there's going to be a mass exodus from Marvel, too. But, I mean...
Well, you know what? We have to... Okay, wait. Before we go down that rabbit hole, that's more of a political conversation that
is
we
a political
probably
conversation.
should have at some point. We try to stay away from politics on the show, right? Because we're all in different stages politically. But some of the things that are going on in the Marvel Universe that are coming up that we see... we do feel will be politically charged and will be a detriment to the universe.
I don't think it's all political,
but
though.
that's like an hour-long show.
I think people have invested... All right, I've invested, just like Game of Thrones, I've invested, 8-9 years into the show. Even if you guys make a spin-off, I've already invested enough time in Game of Thrones. I'm not going to watch the spin-off.
I'm done.
That's where the fallout's going to happen. I think it's the same thing for Marvel. There are the hardcore fans like me who will go and watch it, but there are the people who... All right, I invested 10 years in Marvel movies. I don't think I need to invest anymore.
Well,
I got my ending.
I'm going to jump on this
Go
one.
ahead, yeah.
So, the 21 movies, 22 now that we got, this 22nd movie was a bow on the package. It's like, here you go. We are wrapping up all these stories about the people that you care about. Because next phase is going to be different. It's going to feel different.
Spider-Man Far From Home is supposed to be there. Maybe that's the after dinner man.
Yeah, and I think that's more what it is. Because this is the one that wrapped up all the stories. Yeah. We're just going to get an additional story with Spider-Man, and we're going to get a look back on what it is. But I think he's going to be kind of pushing for what's to come. It's not so much we're just wrapping that up.
So Spider-Man Phase 3 or Phase 4?
It's 3.
He's still Phase 3.
It's the last of the... Kevin Feige has said Far From Home is the last of the Phase 3 films.
Then yeah, he's the after dinner man. I agree.
Yeah.
Just so you guys can see, oh, well, this is what it's like now that everyone's back together and it's been 5 years. And then they'll move on.
And suspiciously, all your friends also got ghosted with you, and now they're all back. I think that's poor. And then the Mysterio... Well, while we're talking about the trailer's out. Trailer looks good. I'm going to go see it. My kids are hyped about it. I love Spider-Man. I'm going to go see it. Mysterio saying that he's from the multiverse... Some of us believe that's a lie. Other people believe that it's Marvel's way of introducing the multiverse, so they can say, hey, I think it's true, but I think it's their way of saying, hey, we're not going to do as many connected stories now. That we'll do separate stories. We're going to do the we're going to do the DC thing now, where it's a loosely connected universe, because it doesn't appear yet that they have an overarching narrative for the next phase yet. We don't know what they're going to do with X-Men. We don't know what they're going to do with Fantastic Four. They could easily do that.
Yeah, this is their way to bring them in.
This is definitely the easiest way to bring them in is multiverse.
Yeah.
Where was the Fantastic Four this whole time? Multiverse. X-Men, multiverse.
Right.
And then you could have an event to collapse the multiverses or some other way to do it, and then you could bring them all into the same universe.
That's what they're gonna do. Kang, and they're gonna do a Crisis on an Infinite Earths kind of deal.
Kang the Conqueror would be kind of righteous. That would be a really dope Avengers movie. But I just don't know if they have enough to do another big saga like they have and bring people along for these big event movies.
I don't think they can either. I don't think lightning can strike twice with it. No, but I think they'll still try. I think they'll still try and.
I think the way that they go about it is what's going to determine how well it does. Because if somebody had told you 11 years ago they're going to build this huge franchise off of Iron Man, and people are just going to go nuts over this, you are the only person who would be like, yeah, it's possible because it's Iron Man.
I love Iron Man, though. I've always loved Iron Man.
Nobody else would have been on board with that. Everybody would have been like, no, it's not going to happen. No, seriously, one of the hooks in this is they're going to introduce the Guardians of the Galaxy, and people are going to love it. Okay, yeah. Young crack. Yeah. You know, people would not have believed it. So, really, it's theirs to lose, and I think the way that they will choose to lose it is the same way that Disney's alienated all their fan base is, hey, yeah, we don't care about you. We don't care what you want. We're making movies for us. We're making the stuff we want to see. And
not what the fans want to see.
They're not doing it for the fans. You keep treating the fans right, which Kevin Feige has done a great job thus far with the fan service.
Oh, yeah.
And
Endgame was fan service the movie.
Yes, it was.
It was beginning to end fan service, but it needed to be.
And not even talking about the Easter eggs that we kind of like glossed over. We'll have to catch those on. We'll have to talk about those next week because we don't have a lot of time left. But even the Easter eggs in the movie, like, you know, throwing things in there, like a lot of people think they teased Namor at one point, and some other things that they teased, that they showed. The planet Thanos was on was like a callback to Avengers issue number 259. When the Avengers teamed up with Nebula to fight Thanos for the first time. Like, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff like that.
Thanos breaking the shield, that was in the comics. Captain America picking up with the hammer, that was a comic book issue.
Yeah.
Falcon getting the shield, that was in the comics.
That'll be interesting to see how they play that out as well. Once again, all politics aside, I am interested to see how they do Falcon Cap. I'm assuming Falcon and Winter Soldier will be like Bucky knew, okay, and I think that'll be him training maybe Falcon or working with him. I don't know. I almost think that's almost like their way to do like a backdoor pilot to get people used to Falcon as Cap, so they can do a Falcon Cap movie. It'll be interesting to see how they continue that, you know. And if Chris Evans wants to come back, give me my shield back.
I think they threw out because doesn't Tony Stark's daughter become an Iron Man?
Morgan is a new character. She's for the movies.
Okay.
So there is.
They set her up as a.
They set her up, but there's his brother
heir.
Morgan. That's where that name came from. He has a brother named Morgan in the comics that they've introduced recently. But there is a young lady named Riri Williams who is a super genius, 15, 16 years old, who was in Chicagoland, MIT, full ride scholarship, and she built her own Iron Man armor as on a dare, basically using throwaway junk to prove how smart she is, kind of thing. A lot of people think that's a tokenized character. A lot of political things around that character. A lot of people aren't really feeling it, so there's trouble there, right? I don't know if that's the way they're going to go. A lot of people think that the Harley kid from Iron Man 3.
They set up. They set
him up.
The new, not the Kid Avengers. What's that one called? Young Avengers.
Young Avengers.
They set that up in Endgame.
They could.
Hawkeye's
Hawkeye's daughter could be the new Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And there is supposedly a show with Jeremy Renner on Disney Plus where...
So maybe they'll make a TV show on Disney Plus.
Well, the Hawkeye is going to be a miniseries where he's passing the torch basically to the new Hawkeye, who is, in the comics, a young female by the name of Kate Bishop. It could be his daughter in this one. We'll see where that is.
Just speculating.
A lot of speculation. Your last thoughts for this week?
No, got nothing.
That's pretty much what I get all the time. You hungry? I got nothing. Is the sun up? I got nothing. That's the answers I get from
Sorry, Dad.
all the time. I'm not doing with you. What about you?
In this room all the time. I believe that, politicking aside, I believe that Marvel will still continue to rise. I don't think it will... I think people will still go see it even if Disney's trying to force their agenda down your throat. But, as I said, there will be a fallout. I think it's going to be like maybe 3/4 of the amount of people that have been following this first saga that'll follow the next one. And then if they get tired of being preached at, it'll fall off after that. But
we'll see. I think we'll see how this next round goes. But I think if WB keeps doing what they're doing, DC might actually start catching Marvel in some box office numbers. I mean, they're not going to... Nobody's ever going to do Endgame numbers again.
No,
but
this is
we'll see.
Single strike of lightning kind of thing, in my opinion.
We shall see. That remains to be seen. But we don't know yet. But until next week, F you. Have a good one, everybody.